It is important to respect and recognize the diverse cultures and traditions of communities from all around the world. In some parts of Asia and even Haiti, eating cats and dogs is the cultural norm. Although this practice may seem unfamiliar and even disgusting to some Americans, it is time that we open our hearts and our minds, and rather than be discriminatory or hostile, we should be celebrating these practices. We should be embracing these practices. There are so many animal shelters that are overrun with cats and dogs, and these cats and dogs could be given to the Haitian community where they could be turned into loving meals. As a Filipino American who myself enjoys dog meat, I encourage all Americans that we should celebrate and look at this as a time for love and understanding, and most importantly, tolerance. So the next time you see a cat that is just wandering the street, rather than call your local animal shelter, you should become friends with your neighbor who might be a Haitian and give them that cat. Thank you very much.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm here live with baby Pablo. This is a cat that I bred because I'm a premier cat breeder, and we're also joined by the one, the only Lila Hart in studio. So Lila, real quick, how are you doing?
I am doing amazing. So happy to be here and very glad that you brought me a snack.
No, we have to talk about this. So what do you think about all these Haitians getting accused of eating these beautiful, delicious cats? I mean, I wouldn't know how they taste, but I imagine that they're probably delicious if you add the right seasoning and spices. But in your culture, in the Philippines, they eat cats like they're, candy,
Yeah, it's
right?
delicious. I mean, I think this is great. I think that, like I said in that video, we need to be more tolerant and accepting of these migrants who are in America now. And, there are many cats that don't have homes that could just be a home-cooked meal.
Gosh almighty. Pablo, how does that sound? Do you want to be dinner for a Haitian immigrant? They would cook you up right. Lila, I think that's terrible that you're doing that. You saw I brought it up on Tim Pool. I didn't bring that clip, but have you ever eaten cat? You have eaten dog, though, right?
Oh, yeah, dog jerky, cat.
No, you have not had dog jerky.
Yeah, it's so good. I make it myself.
You're trolling me, but you have eaten dog, though, right?
Yep, I've eaten it. Sometimes I go to the local animal shelter and I pretend like I'm going to adopt a husky or something.
And then you
I
cook
just take
it?
it home. Mm-hmm.
Well, Esperanza, your mother is great. Shout out Esperanza. But she said you love animals. So you have all these animals, but simultaneously you will eat them for lunch. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's why all three of my cats are named Biscuit, Muffin, and Cupcake.
Oh my gosh, that is a conspiracy. Wait. Slow down. I didn't even expect that. All of your cats are named after food?
Yes, because they might turn into a snack someday.
Oh my, Jimmy, that's breaking news. Call the SPCA or call PETA. We're getting Lila arrested after this show. I can't believe the conspiracy's that deep. You're naming your cats after popular food items.
Yep, might take a bite out of Biscuit when I get home.
Oh my gosh, baby Pablo, he's so mad right now, he probably wouldn't mind being eaten. Okay, speaking of what the Pimp on a Blimp's going through, these people in Springfield, they're going through much worse. Their cats are just getting eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And, if you ask ABC News, they'll tell you that, the city manager said it's not happening. But at the latest Springfield City Council meeting, the concerned citizens have a much different opinion. Let's play SOT number 1.
Really don't give a shit about the business of the city. When audience comments were over last meeting, most of us left. We had the agenda. We knew the topics. And we know the votes you're going to cast. It's all going to be yes as usual. During the break, Crystal forgot to turn her mic off and announced to the entire city that we don't give a shit. With that statement, Crystal single-handedly proved that this is how the citizens of this city are talked about between yourselves. This is where our concerns and fears get us in your eyes. Thanks, Crystal. Thanks for that. So I'm going to ask you, before I'm done with this joke Who the hell don't give a shit again?
I beg your pardon. Thank you.
Oh, I beg your pardon. A concerned citizen worried about her cat getting eaten by a Haitian. And the city council even says they don't give a shiz about that. What do you think about that, Lila?
Well, you know what? I think that is great that they caught that on the hot mic because it lets you know that's exactly how these representatives feel. They do not give a shit.
They really don't. It's funny, though, because like you would think that probably most politicians, and I'm sure they want like clout and notoriety and stuff, but you'd think they'd want to like actually fix the system. But when they have like the opportunity to do that, they don't even want to fix it. They'd rather just say F the citizens and continue letting Haitians eat cats. So I don't know. I don't have any faith in politicians on both sides. I would even argue that the conservative politicians, you know, maybe they're morally a little better than the left because they don't want to, you know, transgender every freaking toddler. But at the same time, they're two-faced and just want to, you know, self-preservation, keep their job as long as possible.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And you don't know who's in cahoots together. And are you even sure, is Pablo a boy or a girl?
Pablo's a boy. Pablo's a boy, but he's on my mic.
I
They're
think
saying
he might be transitioning. So
no, he's not. Pablo, you're always going to be a boy. He's a man. He makes
Pablo.
no. Oh my gosh, is that the female name for Pablo? Jimmy's a Spanish major. Is that?
It's Puebla.
Puebla. Oh no, we're not going to turn Pablo into Puebla. Should we give Pablo some smelling salts?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious at what he would
I don't want to
do.
give this. Can't be a cat abuse channel, but I don't know.
See,
Where does
you're
he
over here.
rank in the
I would just
cats,
want to eat
Alex?
the cat. You over here want to.
Pablo's one of the lowest. Ow! Pablo's scratching my face. Pablo's one of the lowest ranked cats, but he's not as low ranked as Valentine. Valentine is his sister is the lowest ranked cat in the house by
My
a
favorite's
mile.
Kyle.
Kyle's the best. Kyle's actually number 2 to Sky Bear, but they're like 1A and 1B in the ranking system. I need to update the cat ranking video. People love that video.
You should do that
It's
as
a
a
great
you should do
video.
a tier list of your cats.
Oh, well, I did. I had a video of them all ranked.
You should make a video about which cat you think would taste the best and the least.
Sky Bear would taste the worst because he's the oldest. I would
Alex, you're covering
imagine.
your mic.
Oh, you're on the mic, baby Pop. Damn. It's all his fault. What I'm saying is Sky Bear would probably taste the worst because he's the oldest. His meat would be the toughest. But I think Paige's cat would taste the best, Baby Butt, because Baby Butt's the sweetest. And Baby Butt.
Yes.
Speaking of Pre, will you come get this cat? He's going crazy.
Yay.
Yay! Give it up for Paige. Look at the Cozumel. Make sure to shout out the Cozumel cruise vlog. Go to the Alex Stein channel. Tell them about the vlog real quick before you go. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was crazy.
What did you think about the food on the Royal Caribbean?
It wasn't that great. The dessert one night was really good, but the food overall was not that good though.
If you want to know what we're talking about, go to the Alex Stein channel and watch our latest cruise vlog. Okay, now let's check out this KJP meme and see what this lady's beaching about this time. What did she say? I can't even read
It
it.
says, I'm so tired of her telling me Haitians aren't eating cats when she's Haitian and goes home and eats pussy every night.
That's a great joke. That's a great joke. I think she's more of a pillow princess, though. I doubt with that hairstyle, she's probably munching that much rug. You think she is?
I don't know.
You think she's the dom or the sub in her lesbian relationship?
You know, she probably is a submissive because in the real world, she has to be all dominant and tell people what to do.
Is that the case? Because a lot of people might not know this, but Lila is the host of Micro Maidens, the adult dwarf. How would we describe it?
Little women dancers.
Little women
And
dancers.
It's an amazing show. So check out micromaidens.com to see when I will be coming to a city near you.
And was it Matt Adams or Scott Starboard who went?
It was Bad Buddhist.
Bad Booty. I was wrong. I was
Bad
over
Buddhist,
too.
one of our favorite chat rats. He came to the show, which was in Washington State. And yeah, it is an incredible show. There is 8 Little Women. If you guys would believe it, I am actually the second tallest maiden, coming in at 4'6". And we have the world's smallest stripper, Sassy Cassie. She's 2'10", and we also have Firefly, which is the world's smallest sideshow performer at 3 foot tall. And you know what's crazy, Alex?
What?
They do not even use the stripper pole to dance. They just come over and dance around your straw.
That actually is funny. But these women, what is their diet like? Because you have I feel like you have not a very huge diet. You don't eat a ton of food, Lila, do you?
Oh, I can eat.
Do you eat a lot?
Yeah, I eat like one
When
cat.
we traveled, I
I
felt
eat like one cat a day.
No, that
Just
is like,
kidding.
but like, what is
But I do like steak. I like meat.
what's the catering like though, honest? Like, what are you ladies eating? A bunch of like sliders because they don't want a regular sized burger, right? So when
Well, we could share some sliders, yeah.
I think like
Share some
sliders are made for little people. And then I think we've talked about this. Is dwarf a negative term? I don't.
So here's what's interesting. I think it's different to everybody. Some people like the term dwarf. Some people like the term little person. Some people like the term midget. Some people hate the term midget.
Yeah.
Me personally, I call myself the baddest midget bitch, but you know, thank you. Thank you.
We love you, Lila. That's why we love you here. Okay, speaking of credit, Lila, have you ever been in debt?
No.
Well, I have. I got tons of gambling debt.
What?
IRS debt. Oh, yeah.
You're a gambler?
Oh, I'm gambling. I'm losing too. And I like to, do a lot of other stuff that's expensive as well, but I'm not going to get into it. But getting in credit card debt is so easy. Now, getting out, well, the system's set up so we don't. If you're struggling with credit cards, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, you need to check out PDS Department. PDS provides...
PDS Debt.
PDS...
I'm sorry, that's the name of this sponsor. You have to.
I know. I don't know, and you would never abbreviate it. I guess I don't know how to read a prompter. PDS Debt, one of my favorite companies that's helping me out a lot, get out of a lot of the debt that I accumulated from years of substance abuse and, I was addicted to online poker and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But PDS provided me a service to match myself with debt solutions tailored right to my current financial situation. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances aren't going down, PDS has solutions for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required. Bad and fair credit accepted. Save more while paying off your debt in a fraction of the time. You went too fast.
God damn
PDS Debt. Oh, I must mention, PDS Debt strives to understand your specific scenario and can help provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free. Now, like I said, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars online gambling. I was addicted to Galaxy gas. I was huffing a lot of gas.
What?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of nitrous
You
oxide.
love the gas?
Yeah, Kanye West was doing it. It was back when he was doing all that Netanyahu stuff. I was really vibing with it, and then I just started huffing on helium, and it cost me lots of money because then I would online shop. I'm addicted to online shopping.
Well, I don't huff on helium. My voice just sounds like this.
Well, you have a beautiful voice, but I have a horrible online shopping addiction, and I was able to get out of debt all because of PDS Debt. And go to pdsdebt.com/primetime. It only takes about 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/primetime. pdsdebt.com/primetime. And get yourself out of debt if you got over 10K in debt. I had hundreds of thousands. I'm still in a little debt, but a lot better than I was.
That's awesome.
I know. Congratulations to me. All right, do we have another ad read before we get on with our very...
we were going to bring up this Diddy tweet. And
Oh,
then one more
yes.
ad read.
Okay, so Kamala Harris, who... Is it true that she supposedly had a sexual tryst with Puff Daddy? Is that what they're saying online?
Let's just say that.
Yeah, she's never denied it.
She has never denied it. She's never denied that she's had sex with Puff Daddy. What? And he has freak-off parties where they said that he had more oil than a Saudi Arabian billionaire.
All that baby oil. Wow.
Thousands of bottles.
Okay.
I know. Talk about fracking. He wasn't just fracking, he was fucking with it. But
maybe they were using it like a slip and slide or something.
I know. Why would you need that much oil? Because
a lot of oil.
Can you imagine the nice furniture that he had and the oil just leaving residue over it? And like, I don't know, if you've ever sat on a cloth chair and your butt is moist, it leaves a butt indentation on the chair.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. You can see it on weight benches all the time. People are all sweaty from the weight bench. They get up and you'll see an indentation of their butt. So I can only imagine the butt indentions on the baby oil. And
probably all over the house, there's just butt indentions.
They were doing anal style sex, which is
summoning demons.
That is summoning demons. Hillary Clinton, that's what she did to summon them. But yeah, so you can just imagine they had a baby oil. They say, from what I've read, my research, is that the smell of feces was so strong. That's
goodness.
No, that's why they had to use the baby oil. And that at some point it got so mixed together that they couldn't tell if it was just cocoa butter or oil. It just all became kind of one thing.
That is disgusting.
It is pretty bad. But then after the 4 or 5 day sex parties, they would have an IV person come and give them fluids intravenously and help them recover from their hangovers.
All right. That's some quite the bit of research you got to do there.
You think he deserves to go to jail?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, he supposedly did some weird stuff with Justin Bieber, too.
Yep, he should go to jail.
Well, he's not.
Straight to jail.
He is going straight to jail because he's not getting a bond. As a matter of fact, he's tried to contact us, and we recorded a little conversation. My dad did. We'll have to play that on the show tomorrow. But yeah, he called my dad to try to get out of jail, and even my dad can't get him out. Big deal. All right, guys.
We got a $20 super chat real quick. Matthew Adams, Jimmy, get Kat Timpf on the show. Go Cougs.
Yeah, we just confronted her at her show, Jimmy, and Matt had his cell phone. I was like, Kat, come on the show, and she looked scared, like she was going to get a restraining order on Matt.
Makes sense.
That sounds promising.
Bless you.
I'm sneezing. I'm allergic to my own cat. No, but we love Matt Adams. She actually autographed a chat rat shirt. I think she put cat rats on her shirt. So, yeah, I'm sick. I got my, you know what, I like to take a little bit of my ivermectin. I got to need a little bit of this just right now. Lila said the people, they think it's fake, but this is real.
And that will cure you.
And wash it down with a little bit of Coke Zero.
Wash it down with Coke.
Did you take one of Glenn's Coke Zeros?
No, I did not. Shut up, Brandon.
There's no drinks here.
I don't know where I got that. I did not get that out of Glenn's specific refrigerator that we're not allowed to go in. I would never do that. Babe, did you close the top to Baby Pablo? Close him in, because he's going to run out, and if he goes under a set, Kyle almost did that. Okay, sorry, we were having cat issues. All right, do I need to do the ad read before we get into Jill Stein?
Yeah, let's get liver help.
Guys, obviously, of what you've just seen this episode, I'm a beacon of good health, and how does Lila Hart survive despite only eating stray dogs and cats that are high in cholesterol and other harmful triglycerides? Is it because her mouth is so close to her anus due to her diminutive stature? Jimmy. And she can simply defecate the fatty meat before it causes heart issues. Jimmy, that's not even funny. That's disgusting. Incorrect. It's because she takes liver health formula. So many of us have a sluggish fatty liver that makes us gain weight and lose energy. Not Lila. For decades now, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day, like helping you put on a tinfoil hat. That was for an old ad read. Jimmy, it's time you help your liver. There's a solution. It's called Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement that helps recharge and protect your liver. So if you're looking to ignite your fat-burning metabolism, boost your energy, and transform how you look and feel, try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of the blood sugar formula to reduce sugar cravings when you order today. If you want to stay healthy while you expose the government, then you need this Liver Health Formula. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Alex and claim your free bonus gift today. That's getliverhelp.com/Alex. Tell them I sent you. Okay, Lila, what do you know about the Green Party?
Enlighten me.
They like to smoke weed. They're anti-war.
Okay.
Yeah, they're anti-war. What else do they do, Jimmy? But they don't like Israel very much, apparently, right?
They're not fans.
They're not big fans of Israel, which could put us in hot water for some of her statements that she made. But she's very smart. She went to undergrad at Harvard, and she went to medical school at Harvard, proving that she's much smarter than any of our Ivy League graduates that currently work on this crew, not to mention anybody specifically. But now we welcome on the one, the only Green Party presidential candidate running for the third time, Jill Stein.
Hi, everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No worries. Thank you so much, Dr. Jill Stein. I know you are so busy right now, and we just greatly appreciate you giving us even a few minutes.
Well,
and these are my producers right here, so
awesome.
You're really talking to me, but maybe we'll tease them because one of them went to Princeton, and since you're a Harvard grad, we can make fun of Princeton.
Yeah. We can make fun of them all as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Okay, well, the first question's first. You know, you're going super viral, but what is the Green Party? I agree with the Green Party. I'm very anti-war, but for somebody's like, what is Jill Stein's platform? Can you just tell the person that doesn't know about the Green Party what they need to know?
So we're a people-powered party. You know, that's like the bottom line. We are not paid by Wall Street and the war machine or big pharma or big oil or, you know, big real estate to support policies that favor them. Unfortunately, that is how our political system works. Best democracy money could buy, which is no democracy at all. And, you know, that's like kind of a problem for most people in this country who are being thrown under the bus and have been for quite some time. And people are tired of it. We got a healthcare crisis. Half of all renters cannot afford to keep a roof over their head. They're paying, they're severely economically stressed just trying to meet their rent. A lot of people in debt, 44 million young people can't get out of student debt, a lot of medical debt. And here we are, squandering $1 trillion a year. It's like half of the congressional budget is paying for the endless war machine. And, it's like creating death and destruction around the world. And the symbol of that right now is the genocide in Gaza, which the people of this country do not support and want an immediate ceasefire and a weapons embargo. The problem is we have this disconnect. We've got this political system which is bought and paid for. So that's where the problem is. The Green Party is about meeting the needs of the American people and really restoring the promise of a democracy, which is on life support at the moment.
Wow, Dr. Jill Stein, what a great answer. And you are so right. How do we solve the problem in Gaza? Because, I see a lot of people that I go to a lot of protests, and I see now there's waning support, but if you say we want a ceasefire, you're anti-Semitic. And I don't want to seem like I'm anti-Semitic, but obviously I don't want innocent children to die. I see these videos, so it makes me sick. So how do we navigate a very sensitive topic, in your opinion, Jill?
In my opinion, the most anti-Semitic thing you can say is that it's anti-Semitic to oppose genocide, which is kind of what you're being told if you go to an anti-genocide demo and you're told that's anti-Semitic. That's like saying it's okay with Jews to conduct genocide. And I'll say, as a Jew who grew up just after the Holocaust in a Jewish community, attending a synagogue, singing in the children's choir, a true believer, I was really taught that genocide must never happen again, not to anyone. And I grew up with that, deep in my DNA that, we must not allow this to happen again. It's happening again. And it doesn't matter who it's happening to, this must not be allowed. And we're watching this daily slaughter on our iPhones and our computer screens, which is just absolutely horrifying. How do we solve this? This is about international law. It's not a question of how to solve it. This is straightforward. It's actually not complicated. The bombs and the bullets have to end. The genocide stops, and the president can simply pick up the phone and make that happen because we are co-sponsoring this genocide. This genocide is enabled by U.S. weapons. We provide 80% of them, by our tax dollars, which are providing the military aid, by diplomatic cover, which the U.S. is providing for Israel, and intelligence. So the minute the president says it's over, it's actually over. The problem is that the Biden-Harris White House, as well as, Trump and the Republicans, are all for it. They're all on the payroll, basically, of AIPAC and the war profiteers, which put enormous amounts of money into this. Like President Eisenhower warned us a long time ago, the military-industrial complex has taken on a life of its own, and it's creating war after war. But, these wars are an utter disaster, and they are endangering us with expanding conflicts that's heading towards potential nuclear confrontation, including in the Middle East, as well as around Ukraine and China. So this is endangering us all, and it's also impoverishing us here in the U.S. Spending $1 trillion a year on the military, we don't have the resources that the American people urgently and desperately need. So this is a win-win to start obeying not only international law, but U.S. law. U.S. law says we may not provide military assistance to countries that are interfering with the delivery of humanitarian aid, which is kind of an understatement right here, and violating humanitarian law, and also violating nuclear weapons treaties, which Israel is also doing. So on all these accounts, this ends the minute the president picks up the phone. And if we are in the position of winning this election, we're not waiting for inauguration. We're picking up the phone. And let me just say that every vote against genocide, every vote for our campaign, because we are the one anti-genocide campaign on the ballot across the country, really available for like 95% of voters can vote for our campaign. Every vote against genocide is a shot across the bow of the empire, telling them that we, the American people, oppose this war. We are organized and we are coming. And this ends, this ends immediately.
Well, that was very well said. It's sad that a lot of people are probably even going to criticize that answer, even though I think it was, very eloquent. But then, it's funny how you bring up how they want to help people. But I saw that during the crisis right now in Gaza, at one point they said that they would pause the shooting. And you have a cat too? I have a cat. Oh my gosh, such a serious thing. Dr. Jill Stein, we love cats. We love them.
Oh, definitely. Cats are in control. For sure.
Yes, cats are the best. Okay, but real quick, I just have a serious thing to say. I thought it was very weird in the Gaza Strip, because you've spoken out about this, how they said they were going to stop a ceasefire temporarily to vaccinate the people in Gaza. Did you see that, Dr. Jill Stein?
Oh, yes. And they've had a lot of trouble actually doing that, getting the pause to allow the vaccinations. And let me say, good luck on the vaccinations, because when people are, nutritionally compromised, their immune systems aren't working anyhow. So, this is like the whole vaccination thing, I think, is it's like a cover up. It's like kind of a token gesture, but let's just stop the bombs and the bullets and allow food to be, to enter the Gaza Strip again. Like
that's my point. Wait, you can give them vaccines, but you can't give them food. I'm just like, it just seems a little absurd. Okay, we only have you for a few more minutes. Now, we want to ask a couple things. And going back to the Middle East, I can't believe this whole interview is about that, but you have spoken that we need to open up an investigation into 9/11. Now, I believe that there's 28 pages redacted from the 9/11 Commission report, so obviously we've not been told the even official story. And under George Bush, he said in August that he was briefed that there was terrorists that had a plan to, fly planes into buildings, and he just didn't take that threat serious enough. That's what he told us in Condoleezza Rice. So for me, I'm very passionate about getting more truth when it comes to the subject, and getting, help for the families of not just the first responders, but the victims. I don't think that they were sufficiently helped, in my personal opinion. So what is your stance about 9/11, and why is that controversial for us to ask that we want more information about it?
Well, it really shouldn't be controversial. And, according to Senator Graham, who was the chair of the 9/11 Commission, their work wasn't done. Their work had only begun. So I would just echo the conclusions of the chair of the 9/11 Commission, which is that we need a full explanation here. And there's a lot that has not been, addressed. We've got as many questions as we have answers at this point.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay, now real quick, we got to get into a little bit of the drama. You're fighting with one of the most famous congresswomen in the world, AOC. Now, I'm not a big fan of AOC. Her and I have actually had a little online drama, believe it or not. But she's coming after you, and it kind of makes me, I'm Dr. Jill Stein. I'm on your team, but what do you say about those allegations that you're not serious? And why is she coming after you when I think that she would agree with you on a lot of your policies?
Well, she has certainly adopted many of our policies, including
New Deal,
New Deal, for example, which was like her signature issue, which was our signature issue starting, let's see, she was 2018 and we launched it nationally in 2012, but we launched it, in New York with Howie Hawkins in like 2010, and the Greens in Europe had launched it before then. So this was a very green issue. And, talk about predatory. Well, how about, hijacking our issues and not even giving credit where credit is due, pretending like she had sort of invented this. But, I think there doesn't need to be a personal spat here. The issues that she raised are absolute nonsense. I don't go away. This is kind of the work that I do. What goes away is the press coverage, but not my work, not the Green Party. And why would she take offense at not sufficiently growing the Green Party? I mean, why even get offended? I mean, clearly she's got marching orders to be the attack dog here for the Democratic Party. Before her, it was Jamie Harrison, the head of the DNC, and he was trying to smear me as a Russian agent. After that was put to rest by the Senate Intelligence Committee, they just totally laid that to rest after a 3-year investigation that found absolutely nothing.
For one dinner with Putin? Is that one dinner and they said that you worked for Russia? Is that
Well, it wasn't even a dinner with Putin. I was at a international press event to uplift our agenda as U.S. Greens to basically get rid of nuclear weapons. We need a nuclear weapons ban, which the rest of the
I agree with you on that. Hey, wait, Dr. Jill Stein, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. What about the theory that they lie to us about the true power of nuclear weapons and that we have big bombs, but they can't blow up the Earth a million times over? Have you ever heard that conspiracy that nuclear weapons are often used as a threat? And have you ever heard that, or is that too?
Well, I've heard all kinds of reassurances about nuclear weapons. Don't worry, these are just tactical nukes. And don't worry, because it's over there. It's not here. But if you take one nuclear armed submarine, it has the equivalent of 5,000 Hiroshima bombs. It doesn't take, and those are considered tactical these days. Hiroshima is like a tactical as opposed to a full powered nuclear weapon these days. And if you just, have a exchange of nuclear weapons that doesn't have to be that big, like 100 bombs, something on that order, or even less, you're basically putting the whole world into nuclear winter. What does nuclear winter mean? When you see that mushroom cloud, think of it as a conveyor belt. It's lifting up debris into the upper atmosphere where it doesn't weather down. So you basically dim the lights across the whole Earth for decades, and agricultural production takes a nosedive, which means we all starve. So you can't have a nuclear war anywhere and think, oh, don't worry about it, it's over there. It just boggles my mind how these warmongers are ready to risk our lives for their campaign contributions, basically, for the support of the weapons industry, which is making out like bandits here. We should not have nuclear weapons whatsoever. And to
they used nuclear weapons as a premise to start the war in the Middle East. They said they had weapons of mass destruction. They didn't. They lied. So it's just the government lies about so much stuff. Well, we only have you for a few more minutes now. We have to ask you when it comes to you graduated from Harvard and you also got your medical degree from Harvard as well, and then AOC went to bartending school. So we just wanted to make that very clear, and that you are very smart. Now, Jimmy, my producer, I let him ask a question.
Well,
Jimmy, what do you ask? Please be respectful. Jimmy.
I will be respectful. So, does it ever bother you that you went to a lowly school like Harvard when you could have gone to Princeton?
Dr. Stein, he's an idiot. I know, I'm not pulling any punches. He went to Princeton. I'm like, do they have a special needs program there? Because I don't know how he got in there. So, Jimmy, come on.
Well, I just wonder, did you not get accepted into Princeton, I'm guessing? Or
yeah, that may be. I don't remember. It was a while back, I gotta say. And I'm not sure if I applied to Princeton, to tell you the truth. Was Princeton even co-ed back in my day? It may not have been.
That's actually a good point. It wasn't.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think it was. And in fact, the school that I applied to was actually Radcliffe, as opposed to Harvard. Radcliffe was like the women's school. So while I was there, it went co-ed, and it totally went downhill, I gotta say. It was great while it was a women's school. So technically, well, I guess, Radcliffe and Harvard had a common faculty. So I suppose I went to Harvard, I was admitted by Harvard, I think, not just Radcliffe. But I say, UMass, if I had it to do over again.
Dr. Stein, is college a scam now? And I think all the kids that are on college campuses like the Green New Deal's position on marijuana. How does that? What is your stance on marijuana before you go? That's our last kind of
on day one. On day one, marijuana is legalized, and it's taken off the list of whatever that FDA list is. It's off because it's certainly far more, shall we say, innocent than nicotine and alcohol, et cetera. It's pretty benign. So it's the illegality that allows the drug cartels to have a lot of money, a lot of power, and create a lot of violence, especially south of the border, and drive a lot of people running to our country for refuge. So we say, we need to treat substance use as a public health problem, not as a criminal problem. And that starts with full legalization of marijuana on day one.
Dr. Stein, follow up on that. So if you get elected and legalize it day one, can we celebrate with a party, perhaps with that legalization? Or
Jimmy, are you inviting Dr. Stein to a marijuana smoking party? Jimmy,
no, I'm not insinuating anything. I think we should just celebrate together.
Okay, but I want to, Jimmy, let me make a serious point. I have a senior cat. This is Sky Bear, and if I didn't give him CBD sublingual drops, he would have terrible arthritis. So it not only helps, yes, it not only helps humans, it helps cats. So we do need to legalize it. And then before you go, Jimmy, did we miss any topics? I think we hit them all.
We talked about her. The only one we didn't really hit was like, do you think you can actually win like viable third party option?
Okay, yeah, I guess that's the last thing. I mean, because the Green Party is a smaller party, and we have a two-party system that's rigged. I think it's rigged because it's
totally rigged.
But I mean, what is if you can't win, which is it's going to be tough? I mean, what is, I guess, the whole essence of the campaign? Is it just awareness for the Green New Deal and your party's policy?
Well, let me say, every vote for our campaign is a vote against genocide. And I really encourage people, do not hold your nose and vote for genocide. If you vote for genocide, you're basically endorsing and enabling it. So every vote for our campaign is a shot across the bow of the empire and the genocide establishment, saying that we're here, we're getting organized, and we will not allow this genocide to continue. So it's very important on those terms, but also in terms of providing healthcare as a human right for everyone, for creating rent control, because half of renters right now are at risk, 1 or 2 paychecks, and they're out of a place to live. We got skyrocketing rates of homelessness right now. We have emergency after emergency, which are not being solved. So we're saying there is no lesser evil here. We've got one party which is conducting a genocide and the other one which is saying, well, let's hurry up and finish the job. So we're saying there is no lesser evil. Our job is to forget the lesser evil and fight for the greater good. We have everything to gain and nothing to lose by standing up for the solutions that the American people are demanding. And remember this, there are going to be 3 pro-genocide candidates on the ballot, RFK, Trump, and Harris. They could be splitting the pro-war vote 3 ways. And remember this, in 2020, 1 out of every 3 eligible voters declined to vote because they weren't buying the 2 establishment campaigns being rammed down our throats. If we get the word out that there is another way forward that answers the need for jobs, for a living wage as the minimum wage, we're calling for a $25 an hour minimum wage, a wage that actually working people can live on and support a family on. If you want healthcare as a human right for everyone under a Medicare for all system, which actually saves us $500 billion a year because we're wasting so much money, so much of our healthcare dollars are just going into red tape and paper pushing and the big high overhead of the current healthcare system. If you want a Green New Deal and to actually solve the climate crisis by creating jobs, no worker left behind, but real jobs that will actually solve the climate crisis, we can have all of this. And we can cut the military budget that is robbing us blind, impoverishing us while it's endangering us. We've had catastrophe after catastrophe in one crazy war after another since 9/11. So we need to end that. Cut our military budget in half, put those dollars into actual security here at home. We can fix this. If we get the word out to the people who are most impacted, they could be coming out and registering like never before. And we could see a complete black swan event in an election where we've already seen, one black swan development after another. So I'd say don't count your chickens here before they hatch. The American people are really hungry for change. Let's let the American people decide. Let's get the options out before them. Thank you for being real journalists here and, actually getting the word out to the American people who need to be informed and empowered to make the decisions that we need to make about what our lives and our future look like. I would not raise the white flag of surrender here. However far we get, look, if it's 5%, we have a whole lot of funding in the next race, and we have ballot status. So we can actually begin the real race from the beginning instead of having to fight to claw our way onto the ballot because of the way that the rules are rigged. So even getting to 5% really changes the dynamics for the long haul. But this is going to be a long fight. Stopping the genocide in Gaza is not just a matter of stopping the bombs. We also basically have to dismantle empire. We need to move from the monopolar world, the world ruled by one country, which is what it is right now, to a multipolar world. We need to move from being the bully in the schoolyard to being an adult in the room among the community of nations, abiding by international law and using diplomacy and human rights to, get this figured out and to work our way forward instead of creating one war after another. The Congressional Research Service says that the U.S. has sent in the military 250 times in the last 30 years alone. So this is a foreign policy that's not working for us. It's not working for the world. We need to change, and we need to stand up and change it. So however far we get in this election, we're that much further when we keep moving forward. So don't let them talk you out of your humanity. Don't let them talk you out of your vote. We have every reason to stand up and demand the solutions that are within our reach if we act with the courage of our convictions and vote for what we need, what we want, and what is actually within our reach.
That was incredible. Then you made me remember the last question. This is Dr. Stein, not the presidential candidate. Have you noticed an increase in young people after the vaccine rollout? That's a controversial question. How do you answer it?
I would have to look at the data to see. I mean, it was acknowledged that among people who were vaccinated, there was an increased risk. You have to weigh that against another data set, which is that among people who were not vaccinated, there was a markedly increased risk of death and hospitalization. But this is a moving target, and it's changing constantly. It depends on the strain of the virus. It depends on who you are as well as to what are your risks of side effects from the vaccine versus benefits from immunization. And, as a medical doctor, I have realized that I am not going to do an end run around the data. And with my, whatever it is, 20 years of science education, you can't figure it out from what's in your head. You have to look at the data. It does have to be data driven, but that data has to be protected from influence peddling, which is why, I support getting big pharma out of our regulatory agencies and actually closing the revolving door between industry and our regulatory boards so that we have actual public servants, not people whose income depends on the welfare of big pharma or, medical device industry, et cetera. We need to have people who do not have conflicts of interest, reviewing the data, making the data available to we the peoples, because it's, it can be translated into real English and it needs to make sense to us. And that's how the decisions need to be made. So I don't try to, to prejudge it in any instance. What I think we must demand is to get the conflicts of interest out of our regulatory boards. And that includes getting Boeing out of the FAA so that we can be sure that we're on safe airplanes. It means getting Monsanto out of the FDA so that our scientists are deciding what kinds of precautions we need about GMOs in our food or pesticides in our food, et cetera. There are a whole lot of decisions here, and it's really hard for any one scientist, or informed layperson for that matter to follow this stuff. We need the power of science, but it has to be protected against conflicts of interest. That's not too much to ask. That's just basic democracy, and the American people deserve that.
Well, Dr. Stein, you said it best. Really, I encourage people to really look into your platform. You're, in my opinion, a genius, and I appreciate you making time, but I wrote you a little song before you go. And since I'm Alex Stein, you almost feel like my mother or maybe my aunt. I might lie and say that you are my aunt so I can get into nightclubs and special events. But before I do that, I wanted to write you a song. So, it's Aunt Jill. She's back on the scene, running for the prez of the Green Party machine. She's got that eco swag, solar power gleam, fighting climate change like it's a bad dream. In 2016, yeah, she made a scene with a Moscow dinner, but she kept it real clean. Sat by Putin, but she wasn't their tool. She was just trying to make diplomacy cool. Yeah, it's Aunt Jill rolling in her Prius ride, talking clean energy, cause she's full of pride. Green New Deal, baby, let's make it work. But some be like Jill, she's kind of a quirk. She's Jill Stein, the eco queen, fighting for the planet like you've never seen. All right, that's our song. We love you, Dr. Stein. Thank you so much.
All right, and Dr. Stein, before you go, I want a screenshot. I want a screenshot of y'all holding your cats and smiling.
Yeah.
What's your cat's name, Dr. Stein?
Willie.
Willie. Hi, Willie. All right.
Like Willie.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Three. All right.
Okay.
Smile.
Hold on. Let me hold
Willie,
on.
I'll take a screenshot. All right. 3, 2, 1. That's amazing. And Dr. Stein, I know you're brilliant and went to Harvard, and I still think Princeton's a great school, but
Shut up, Jimmy. She didn't want to go to New Jersey. She has class.
No, I know. Yeah. No, I just
all right, Dr. Stein. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you
you.
for making time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Love the song. Okay, thank you.
Bye, Willie.
We
Take
need to
care.
stop the war. We need to stop killing all these people. I agree with you.
Yeah, we need a verse about that. We're coming.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Next time, after you get 5%, and then we really get the momentum going, please come back. We'd love to talk to you anytime.
All right, sounds great. But it could be 15, and it could also be 26.
20.
And 26
could.
is the magic number, because when you got a four-way race,
26 is what it takes.
26% is the plurality that then wins the majority, because it's winner take all in the electoral college. So this could actually happen. All right,
26%.
make it so.
You're the best.
All right,
Bye,
thanks.
Dr. Stein.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All best.
Jimmy, the chat rats did not like Dr. Jill Stein. Now I'm worried that we were too nice to her, but I just didn't want to be mean to her because we invited her on the show. And if people will come on the show, I want to treat them with respect. I don't want to just
No, I think
troll
you
them.
were respectful, and you still had some funny lines. The fact that you rapped her was hilarious. She didn't know what to do.
You don't have to tell me that's funny. I'm just saying, damn, our chat rats are pissed, dude. They were pissed about that.
I did not like her at all.
They did not like her at all.
Well, here's the thing, chat rats. If we're mean to everyone who disagrees with us, we'll never get any interesting debates because no one will even agree to come on our show in the first place.
And so we had to have a soft one now, and then we have her on next
like
time.
With
We can
Angela,
press
we
her.
weren't mean to Angela Belcamino. She was actually fun though.
Yeah.
But like that's what is interesting when you have people with different views on. I mean, you can't just yell at Jill Stein because that's just you can't yell at an old lady and look
Especially
good.
after she agrees to come on the show.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, if you agree to come on and you're my guest, I have
Yeah,
to treat you with
but-
some respect.
But we're working on some left-leaning guests, and we say we treat Angela with respect, we treat Jill Stein with respect. We're not just going to bomb you.
There we go. So we're trying to lay the foundation for future left-leaning people. But guys, I know the chat rats didn't love that, but I know you did love the Alex Jones interview. So if we get 30 subs to Blaze TV, going to blazetv.com/primetime. If you use the promo code primetime99, that will tell us that you signed up under my code. And if we get 30 subs by next week, I'm going to dye my hair bleach blonde. Or we were going to have it where people shoot me in the groin with a paintball gun.
Well, they voted blonde.
So, yeah, what do you think about that, Lila? Potentially, if people go and sub. For 99 cents, I may add, it only costs $30. Not even $30. It costs, what is that, $2.70? I mean, $29.70.
Yeah.
Not even $30. I'm willing to mess up my beautiful hair.
That's crazy. Are you bleaching the whole thing?
I'm going to bleach the whole thing. What do you think about that, Pri?
Y'all have matching
What
hair
if it
color.
falls
We're not
out?
matching. Come here real quick, because I want to do something with your hair. Just hurry,
Yes, yes.
hurry, babe. There's only some very...
Paige, it's a trap.
No, we want to see you. Okay, so
Yeah,
just kind
we
of stand
put
over
your
me.
hair on.
Stand over me. I need to put, this is what my hair is. So come on, go a little, babe, come down a little bit. I want to be able to see what I'm really going to look like. I don't think this looks that bad. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think you look great.
Yeah, you're gonna be in your Sam Hyde era, dude.
You look like
Yeah.
a 90s rocker.
Babe, what do you think? Are you going to be worried about it if I...
Hey, Paige.
What?
Paige, real talk.
Jimmy's saying something.
I
Babe, don't
shaved my
leave.
head into a reverse mohawk with frosted tips, so you can handle regular blonde hair.
Look, Jimmy's talking mad
Alex, are you gonna have
smack.
or even have the curtains match the drapes?
I'm not going to bleach my genitals, Brandon. That actually is dangerous. And to be honest, I already bleached, but not blonde. Our boy Sam Hyde has a new show, and guess who it's starring? Our in-studio guest, Lila Hart.
Yes, I am on the show. I'm excited.
I asked Sam 10 times to be on. He said no.
I flew to Rhode Island to be on the show, and I was so excited because Rhode Island is the smallest state, and it was on my checklist to go to. So
I didn't actually ask him. Maybe if I did, he might have said yes. But I'm very, very, very excited to see this. Can you tell us without giving too much of it? You were dancing, and you were what was?
No, you'll just have to watch it.
It's hard to explain.
It's hard to explain, but it's going to be hilarious, and it's awesome.
And Sam Hyde's
He's really
the
great
man.
to work with.
Yeah,
he
oh
really
my
is.
gosh.
The whole crew is awesome. They were super nice.
Super laid back, but professional at the same time. You couldn't ask for a better crew. And that's kind of what you want. That's why I like the crew here is that I feel like I'm demanding of Jimmy, but everybody else, I feel like I treat nice. Maybe Brandon I'm a little tough on, but because everybody here is pretty laid back. You know, we don't get too up in arms over.
I think you're too nice to Jimmy as of late.
You think as of late, have I been nicer? I feel like I haven't. We've been using his daughter as a main character on the show. So
She's
Jimmy's
a star. We love her.
She is a star, and she's probably going to be, no offense to Jimmy, addicted to social media because of her father's addiction to it. So that's hereditary. I think that's genetic, Jimmy. Can you ask your parents if social media addiction is genetic like alcohol?
Well, addictive personalities are absolutely genetic. So
She could be the female Rizzler, though.
Could you imagine if you had a baby female Rizzler, Jimmy? You'd be rich.
Dude, yeah, Costco deals.
So cute.
Bloomer Doom.
You're just going like this and be fat. in the
Yeah,
Costco.
you need to start plumping her up. I do think it helps the Rizzler that he's heavier than baby
Yeah.
AJ. Because baby AJ, everybody, he's the Costco universe. You know what we're even talking about, Lila? Yeah, I'm saying baby AJ he's running out of steam. They're showing behind the scenes clips of him, and he's putting his head down. He looks like he's frustrated. And as a person, I've worked with my dad too. You know, it's different than like working with a normal boss because you have the connection where you're related. So I feel like you can be a little more blunt. But I don't know if he's being blunt with his dad. It has Baby Gronk vibes. Speaking of, Baby Gronk's been asked me to retweet. I've given him 4 retweets, Jimmy. Will you and George contact him and get him in studio as soon as possible so we can take shots at the Rizzler?
You sure you want to start that war?
Oh, gosh.
Yes, we are going to start that war, and we're going to eat Sam's Club food. To go after Costco. Is Costco owned by Sam's Club? No.
Those are the two competitors.
Okay,
No, they
good.
did a
So I was
video-
right.
They did a video with those Indian guys. Were like, "What are Sam's Club guys?" It
Oh,
was-
yeah.
it was-
Did they do a video with the Sam Club's guy? I know the
Yeah.
Sam Club
There was a
guys.
kid with a thick, heavy Indian accent.
I know they I think they like do a biryani restaurant or something. That's why they're always buying kitchen supplies from the
Yeah.
research I've done. So you're telling me that they actually have a friendly rivalry with the Sam's Club guys?
Yep.
Well, we need to make that rivalry very unfriendly, and we need to get Baby Gronk in here to drop metaphorical bombs on them.
We need him to say some inflammatory.
Why don't we
things.
just do like a vlog at Costco or Sam's Club and be like, this sucks. This is why I hate you, blah, blah, blah.
Should we go to Costco
Yeah,
and be like,
absolutely.
this double chunk chocolate cookie tastes like double chunk chocolate shit?
Yeah, with Baby Gronk.
Yeah,
and have
with
Baby
Baby
Gronk spike it like a football.
Oh, and imagine Baby Gronk spikes a chicken bake. What does George think about that? George, I can't see you on camera. What do you think? Do you like that idea of Baby Gronk?
George is all for it, dude.
Yeah, I think that would get clicks. Do you know who Baby Gronk is, Lila?
I don't know who Baby Gronk is.
He's an actually very good young athlete. I believe he's in the 6th grade. Is that right, George? What grade's he in? 6th grade. And supposedly he has like a Division I offer from every college in America. We've proven that's a lie because they talked to some of the
Well,
coaches.
he's dating Livy Dunn, too.
Allegedly.
Which is pedophilia. But that's... Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I guess they can date as long as they don't have sex or do anything sexual.
I mean, the Muslims do it. So.
Oh, do not bring Muhammad into this right now, dude. And Aisha and all that. I'm sick of all that Muslim Muhammad slept with one 6-year-old, married one 6-year-old, and everybody wants to bring it up for eternity. Let's just chill with those guys right now. I don't want my pager blowing up.
Hey, that's incorrect. She was 9.
I'm gonna punch you in the face and correct me on that. Okay.
See,
and I
he's
don't know.
getting too
You're the
comfortable.
biblical scholar. You would know the age of Aisha. Now, Lila,
Aisha?
isn't that her name, Aisha?
I don't remember the name, but I remember she was
probably.
9.
Aisha, because there was a song, Aisha, Aisha, cry for... I need to find that song. But before we get into that song, Lila, have you ever been in a submarine?
No, I have not.
Well, I think you would fit great in a submarine. It's a very compact space, but because you're a compacted person, I think you'd fit great. But now we're getting footage of the famous OceanGate submarine that exploded, and it's kind of raising more questions than it's answering. So let's check it out. What do you think about this, Lila? Do you think that's really it?
That's the submarine?
That's the submarine sandwich. Yes.
Jimmy thinks it's fake.
Well, there's like a rope around it.
That does seem weird. Hold on. I think this is the song I was thinking.
Small.
Hold on. We're hoping we don't get a copyright strike. Let me see if this is the song. Aisha.
You're saying this was about Muhammad's child bride?
Yes, this is a song about Muhammad's child's bride. It's a very famous song.
An R&B hit about it?
It's an R. Yeah, look.
I mean,
Sang it, R.
it's an R. Kelly hit.
It's very funny to imagine Muhammad singing this song to a child.
I know, and then doing other stuff to her. That's
We're gonna
not
get Charlie Hebdo'd for this.
We better not. I'm not drawing a picture of Muhammad. I'm just talking about his relationship with a 9-year-old, which I think is okay because that was written in the Quran. Is that correct?
Smooth R&B track.
Do you think we should ask Jill Stein about Muhammad sleeping with Aisha? We really missed a lot of opportunities, but I was just wanting to be so respectful. Lila, should we have been meaner to her? But she was so nice and made time. I hate to do that to a person.
Well, I like what you said earlier. If you're going to invite somebody onto your show, you need to be respectful. So you can't invite them on just to ambush them.
We brought up.
You could have been a little bit more hard-hitting.
I could have.
If this was the first time, maybe the second interview, you can, ask
She's
them.
is she going to even be able to run for president? She's 72, which is 72 years young. But the next election's not for 4 more years, and she'll probably be the candidate then as well. So, Jimmy, in 4 years, will you remind me to press her a little harder?
I will.
Okay, now, Lila, artificial intelligence scares the hell out of me, and now I kind of tend to agree with Gavin Newsom. Actually, not really, because he's such a bitch ass that he wants to make it where AI memes are illegal. But it's funny because they won't use AI to stop from stealing middle-class citizens' jobs. They won't stop AI for, basically using the algorithm to brainwash us. But they want to use or want to put in legislation to make it where artificial intelligence cannot interfere with elections by posting comedic content. What do you think about that, Lila?
I find it to be suspicious. I don't know. I don't trust anything that he does. And also, I think when you start banning anything that's comedy related, you go down a slippery slope. So I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But you know what I do like? I do like this guy, Dave Portnoy. You might have heard of him. He's the CEO of Barstool Sports. I do now. I'm trying to befriend him, but he won't. He just hates my guts. I accidentally stormed his office, and then I accidentally took a picture with his ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
And I accidentally tweeted some bad stuff about him. I was hacked, Dave. But
like you and Shannon Sharp both.
Me and Shannon Sharp were hacked, dude. We were hacked, Dave. Like you cannot blame me when I was clearly hacked.
Yeah, maybe offer like a peace offering. Invite him on the show.
Trust me. I'm sure he's coming right on the show. But he did say some statements that I agree with wholeheartedly. Let's play the clip of Portnoy endorsing Donald Trump.
I think that what the Democrats have done is far worse than really anything Trump has done. Like in terms of not allowing a primary, to me that's crazy. Like I'm somebody
Very
who,
good point.
if I liked a candidate in the Democratic side, I could have potentially voted for that person. Like to not give people a choice, and they really still haven't figured out. Well, was he not prepared? Like, is he not mentally aware? Can he not run? Is he too old? He just thought he was going to lose. The fear of you just thought he was going to lose is not a real answer. He ran. Like you have to then let other people run. And if he's not mentally there, which I don't think he is, Kamala has known that. Like, and she just lied about it.
Yeah,
forever. And then they kick him out. So there's so many problems I have with the way she never got a vote. Like I don't know. You can say whatever you want about Trump. He won the Republican nomination by a landslide, fair and square. And Kamala did not. So to me, that's a major, major issue.
Dave, you're making a lot of sense. I just want to say I want to apologize for getting hacked and for that black homeless guy convincing me to run into your offices. That was not on me. That was Don Terrace's idea. So keep up the good work. Keep on calling out the left for not being fair because they are the ones that like to cheat. They cheated in their own primary. So great work, Dave Portnoy. Now, Lila, what do you think about that, Dave? You like that clip? It's good.
I think it's great. I think we need more people to wake up and to be supporting Donald Trump. So, and it's becoming, I think the culture is shifting and it is becoming a cool thing to support Trump, especially with.
It used to always be cool to support Trump, even before he was president, though. Everybody liked Trump.
But did you see the Eat the Cat song?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
We had that. I guess that was yesterday, but that's a great song. All right, now, before we end the show, what is this full screen Pharrell? Is this something to do with Diddy?
No, it's just him talking about celebrity endorsements.
What does he say?
He says, hip-hop producer Pharrell Williams tells celebrities making public political endorsements to shut up. Nobody asked you. But I think that's a secret way for Pharrell saying, I endorse Trump, but I can't say it publicly, so I just think everyone should shut up.
See, I disagree. I'm kind of like, listen, even if you are an idiot like Taylor Swift, just say your opinion and be honest with it so we know kind of where you stand. I mean, I've gone too far in my life where like, oh, I don't want to talk politics. Let all the actors, let all the singers, they're all idiots, let them all say who they're voting for, and then we know which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. That feels like a reference to the Holocaust, Jimmy.
Well, time for the freestyle finale.
Trying to do that. The Holocaust was terrible. Lila, where can they find you and how can they support you?
You guys can find me at lilahart.com. And also, I am going to be on tour with the Micromaidens. So please come out and support us and go to micromaidens.com to see when I will be at a city near you.
And then Lila, I guess before we go, babe, it's the Spirit Airlines thing over there. And will you bring me the cat for where is the Spirit Airlines? We got to see how many planes, how many buildings you can knock down before we go. Is that the Spirit Airlines plane? Hold on, where is it? Right here. Okay. Give me the cat and bring the cat on set, please. All right, Lila, the show's over, but you got to see how many buildings you can knock down. We're trying to do this is a test. It's an experiment because on 9/11, 3 buildings fell for 2 planes. Wow, 2 buildings. Great job, Lila. Great job. All right, guys, this has been our show. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you, babe, for being such a good girlfriend. Make sure to hit the like button. And you know we end the show the same way every time with a freestyle finale. So DJ, hit that beat. Don't eat my cat. Pablo deserves better than that. Don't cook your cat in the oven. Give your cat lots of loving. Don't cook your dog. Just prank your hog. Don't do that either. I don't know why I encourage you to do that. We're watching YouTube, but I'm saying, if you're a good Christian person and don't cook your animals, don't use your animals for voodoo rituals, and do not kill your animals. Do not be like Lila. Lila's a small person, so her brain is different, and she needs it for sustenance. And we love cats, and my cat will get off me. He's stuck on me. He's scratching me. He's scratching me. He won't let go. End the show, Jimmy. He won't let go. The cat's on my neck. He's attacking me, pain.
No, I'm enjoying this.
Help me, the cat's attacking. He's slicing me. I'm sliced. I'm bleeding. I feel like I'm bleeding. No, baby, he's cutting my head. I can't breathe. Oh, thank you. All right, that's been our show. Like and subscribe. Peace and good night. I'm just going to take a nap.